What really happened behind the closed doors of the Vatican on that historic March day in 2013? How did a humble Argentine Jesuit become the leader of over 1.3 billion Catholics worldwide? This is not just the story of a pope. It's the untold journey of Jorge Mario Bergoglio, the man who became Pope Francis. From secret ballots to divine destiny, prepare to witness the fascinating tale of the Great Conclave and the rise of a revolutionary spiritual leader. This is a story of faith, politics, mystery, and a papacy that changed everything. March 13, 2013. White smoke rises above the Sistine Chapel. The world watches, breathless. Habemus Papam, announces the cardinal. We have a pope. And from the shadows of the conclave emerges a name the world had not expected. Jorge Mario Bergoglio, now Pope Francis. But to understand this moment, we have to go back to Argentina. Born in Buenos Aires in 1936, Bergoglio grew up in a working-class family of Italian immigrants. His early life was anything but privileged. He worked as a janitor, a bar bouncer, and even a chemical technician before joining the seminary. In 1969, he was ordained as a Jesuit priest. Known for his humility and connection with the poor, Bergoglio quickly became a respected voice in the church. Fast forward to 2005. After Pope John Paul II passed away, Bergoglio was considered a strong candidate in the conclave that elected Pope Benedict XVI. But he quietly stepped aside, not yet ready to lead the global church. That decision, however, planted seeds among the cardinals. Then came a crisis. Pope Benedict XVI shocked the world in 2013 by becoming the first pope in nearly 600 years to resign. His departure created a power vacuum, and the stage was set for one of the most decisive papal conclaves in modern history. 115 cardinals gathered in the Vatican. Their mission: to choose a leader who could restore faith in a church facing scandals, division, and a loss of trust. The conclave was secretive, intense, and spiritually charged. Over 2 days and 5 rounds of voting, one name started rising: Bergoglio. But why him? He wasn't just a cardinal from the global south. He represented a vision, a church rooted in simplicity, humility, and social justice. His Jesuit background, his stance on poverty, and his call for reform resonated deeply. And so it happened. On the 5th ballot, Jorge Mario Bergoglio was elected the 266th Pope. He chose the name Francis after Saint Francis of Assisi, a powerful signal. No pope had ever taken that name. It was symbolic, a promise to rebuild the church, serve the marginalized, and reject luxury. From the very beginning, Pope Francis broke tradition. He refused to live in the lavish papal apartment. He paid his own hotel bill after the conclave. He chose a simpler car. These weren't just gestures, they were the foundations of a new era in the Vatican. As Pope, Francis brought in sweeping changes. He reformed the Roman Curia, tackled financial corruption, and pushed for transparency. But more importantly, he shifted the tone of the church. He emphasized mercy over judgment, inclusion over exclusion. Whether it was his stance on climate change, immigration, or the LGBTQ+ community, Pope Francis often challenged the traditional narrative. He was, and still is, a controversial figure, beloved by many, criticized by others. But no one can deny this. His papacy has redefined what it means to be the Pope in the 21st century. Today, Pope Francis remains a symbol of hope for millions. At 88, his health may be declining, but his voice remains firm. He speaks not just as a religious figure, but as a global moral leader. The story of the Great Conclave is not just about the election of a pope, it's about transformation of a man, a church, and a world that still desperately seeks compassion, guidance, and truth. If this story gave you a new perspective on Pope Francis and the secrets of the Vatican, Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Unrevealed Facts, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into the world's most fascinating stories.